What's up YouTube, Danny Hype here with another Dragonball Super video. Today's video is our Wednesday gameplay video of the U7 Gohan deck that we made a deck profile on Monday. If you guys haven't already, check it out. Links will be in the description below. We are up against a U6 Cabba deck that my friend Takumi is piloting. Now, however, we were going to do Toa, but we did do Toa, but there was just a bunch of glare and angles were just really bad, and unfortunately the footage wasn't really usable. And as you can see, this footage wasn't really the best quality, at least the quality that I want to bring to you guys. But I do want to keep with my schedule and post on Wednesdays, and this is the best of the footage that I could grab. I will, I don't have the greatest setup right now. If you saw my setup, it's pretty bad, but it does get a decent enough quality for you guys. But I definitely do want to improve it, so hopefully by next week I can kind of, figure out how to get things going a little bit better. But for now, you guys, this is the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so turn 1, I usually don't play these dual color cards as energy. Usually because I usually want to use my energies on turn 1, 2, and 3. Now in this case, unfortunately you can't really see my hand because, like I said, the angle. But I either didn't have the Goku, or I just didn't really want to play the Goku because turn 1 you can't really, swing combo with it or anything. Like in your opening hands for mulliganing, you always want to look for the 1-drop Goku that searches top 3, and then this Piccolo here. Those two are probably the best things to open, and then after that, because they just generate you so much draw. So as you can see, I played him, searched for a 3-drop Gohan, swung with my leader, comboed him, drew 2. So it's like a +2. Him and like I said in the deck profile, him and Hrudegarn are the ones that can really get a +2 on the front side, with Hrudegarn pitching Minosha for his legs. But now we see, so now we have the Cabba player doing his standard stuff. Again, this isn't the Zuhair playing it. Takumi's a Toa player. He just wanted to kind of test this deck, and we thought it'd be fun to have universe, like the Tournament of Power, fighting against each other. It's aggro versus aggro, so we thought it'd be pretty interesting. And there are some cool sequencings that I want to show you guys eventually when you see it. The deck. The Gohan deck didn't really play out the way I initially wanted it to. Now I know it is really matchup dependent. Like this matchup, the way I intended to play it, it's a little bit harder because he's so aggro. But the more I play with the Gohan deck, I see more different routes where I'm like, okay, maybe I should kind of play it differently. So that's what I'm going to tinker with some more, because the more I play with it, the more I kind of see the potential, and I'm like, okay, this is actually not so bad. But I do want to tinker with it some more. I also don't have the 3-drop Burst Piccolo promo card that I have in my deck profile, actually. I either misplaced them or lost them, so they aren't currently in this deck, so I've kind of replaced them. I'm hoping to get some more tomorrow and then figure that out. But yeah, as you can see, he's doing his standard evolve, attack. And this was like when I was talking about the Toa. You need to defend the ones that are easy. I did defend one of them because I saw this play coming, but I believe he attacked me for 10k like early on, and I kind of just took it. But it is a bit harder to defend with Gohan and not neg like I was with Toa. Like Toa, you can kind of efficiently do it like how I was doing it with the 4-star balls and the Supreme Kais. But with Gohan, everything that I play, I usually combo away. So it's like I don't really have like the fodder on the board. But as you can see, he's kind of doing his stuff. He swings. I'm not going to waste my hand killing this. Now, before, in the old version of the Gohan, in this exact situation, I would kill, no matter what, I would kill the opponent this turn. 100%. And that's why I feel like between the sideboard and main board, I need to have a very aggro plan and then a mid-range plan. Right now, right now we're playing without sideboards, but in this situation right here, I know he's tapped out, but not technically because he has the Chomp of Autos. But in this situation here, most people would die, especially if I didn't mess up this turn. But like I said, I do see the potential, so I do want to tinker some more, and hopefully I can get some good stuff in. But I make a huge misplay here that. It's really big, and these are really one of those defining moments. And some people you have brain farts here and there, but like this one kind of just screwed me over. I don't know if I can't remember if I just didn't remember, or if I just made the mistake. But I make a big misplay here because Cabba, being the deck that is very annoying, and it's able to tap your energy, right? Now, in this situation, I'm swinging with my super combo, and this is a common play that you do with the super combos. Not common, but a play that I like to do, because you can draw 5 on this turn, right? You swing with the super combo, combo 2, and on the other side, Gohan allows you to combo rested guys, so I can combo that super combo and then draw 3. Now, my mistake here was I awakened. I wasn't supposed to awaken, and the only reason I awakened was because my super combo was swinging for 17, but because I tapped myself out, the Cabba was actually a 20. So I was like, frick, I need to awaken, right, to make his Cabba go back down to a 15 so that my 17 can go through. But in doing so, that opened him up to being able to use his Kefla to tap my blue energy. And I know you can't see my hand, but I had like 3 Sensu Beans and a bunch of 10Ks, and I had a bunch of stuff to do this turn, and it all got stopped because I don't have the blue to Sensu Bean. Now I'm digging for Unyielding Trunks. If I can pull an Unyielding Trunks, then my misplay is brings me back. But this was another thing. I kept getting clogged with 10Ks in my hand. I literally have like 3 Sensu Beans and like probably 4 or 5 10K combo cards, which was not good. So at this point, I kind of realized my mistake, and I was like, oh man, I'm basically screwed. But I gotta make the best of what I can. Maybe his hand is crap too, but having that Champa, the Vados chomp out, makes it so his whole hand is basically alive unless he has a bunch of extra cards, which I don't think they really do. So yeah, I do the double combo, and so these arrivals, as you'll see in games 2 and 3, it is very nice to do these arrival cards because we draw so much. Gohan wants to combo, right? And in order to get your rival out, you need to combo. Other decks, they combo when they it's not really benefiting them to combo, but then they rival, and then you kind of just lose a bunch of cards, right? But with Gohan, he wants to combo, so when somebody wants to combo and you get the arrivals, it kind of just works together, right? And it's very powerful, as I start soon to realize more and more later as I play. And that's what the testing is all about, right? We made this deck, and I said I was going to test it all week. I've been testing a good amount, obviously not enough to make these misplays, but I'm starting to see the flow, and then hopefully by tomorrow I'll have like a full deck, like a full version of the deck that I want, a tinkered one, and then I definitely want to play some more. So I might actually do a Friday video of this as well. I know I said I would just do a random 2 decks, but I would really like to showcase this Gohan more, because I don't think I get to show you guys too much of its power through these sets. But I know there's a bunch of cool plays that I've done that unfortunately didn't get on camera. So hopefully you guys will get to see in the future. But this deck is pretty good. Again, here I swung with the double strike to his 2, and I didn't combo because like I said, half my hand I couldn't combo, and the other half were just 5Ks, and he had about like 9 cards or so in hand, and there's no way I'm going to punch through that because most of them will probably just be 10Ks, right? So I figured I'd take my chances and maybe he just can't kill me. I get the free blocker out, which I actually really like. I really like this free blocker here. I think this is one of the cards I ended up playing instead of the Piccolo. I can't remember. There was, because I had to, and I played at all costs in this as well, and I started just kind of filling some of the stuff for that 3-drop Piccolo because I didn't have it. But yeah, hopefully by tomorrow I'll have them, and I can, because I think they're actually not really good, but I actually think I like them in this deck, but obviously I need to test it some more. Another thing that I think I would need, that I used to play, is the Black Mass Saiyan. Maybe that's something for the sideboard, so that I can warp battle cards like this out of my way. It does cost an energy. I do like the Bardock because it's a free overwhelm, and energy is pretty scarce around here. Maybe I can use the Banisher Fu. When we used to have a bunch of unyieldings, it was very smooth, very easy, but now we only have 4 Sensu Beans and 1 unyielding. There is a bit of untapping to do, but because there's not too many people playing like cards like Borgos and things like that, it's actually not so bad. Like, I'm not too scared, because we do I would like to offensively being if I don't get my blue tapped out. Like, and that's another thing too. Everything is technically colorless. Not everything, but most cards are in this colorless because of U7, right? You can kind of play all of your U7 stuff, but there are the specific things where you need red, green, or blue for sensory beans and the arrivals. And I have got myself in bad situations like that. But as you can see, I kind of count my hand, I look at his hand, and I'm like, there's no way I can defend it. I show myself, and there's nothing we can do, so we just move straight to game 2. So I went first, and usually going first, like I said before, going first kind of rough if you lose, right? Because now, usually first kind of gives you an advantage, so you always want to win those matches when you go first. But not all the time, sometimes going second isn't as bad. It makes it a little bit harder, but it still could possibly be in your favor. But as you can see here, I played the Goku on turn 1, and I can't swing, right? So I'm hoping he can't have a way to remove this. Again, but it's a Cabba, so he probably doesn't. But against other decks that might have ways to remove this, I might just not do it, unless I have more in my hand or something like that. But right now, we can start seeing the engine going. And another thing too, when you do it on turn 1, it kind of gives you that chance to, so yeah, swing combo 2, right? Now if I play a Piccolo or a Goku here now, I'm not going to combo. So I played the Piccolo, right? So now I'm not going to combo it away because I've already done my ability the once per turn. So then, because next turn, I usually like to tap out on 3, right? I would play one of the Gohans, preferably that blue Gohan because he has barrier on 3. But if I play him, I don't want to combo him off to draw the 2 because I want him for the evolve, the 5-drop evolve on the next turn, right? So me having the Piccolo here on turn 2 and not having to combo him away, if he doesn't die, then I can combo him away next turn. Like that would be the plan for a slower paced game. But because he is also aggro, he doesn't. It's hard for me to get to these situations where I can do the evolve. But the times that you do get the evolve, I will capture a good video of it because I have done it a few times, and I'm telling you guys, it's powerful. I talk about it in the deck profile, and we talked about it on my Twitch streams that I did on Sunday. When you get it off, it's very powerful. It's not that it's hard to get off or anything, but again, this one is an aggro matchup, so it's harder for me to get to that point, right? Because the ideal situation is I get to play a turn 3 blue Gohan, turn 4 play the other the 5-drop evolve Gohan, spit out a bunch of guys, and be able to awaken that turn to untap 2, right? That's the ideal situation. But right now, right now everything looks like it's going pretty good. We got a free blocker here. I know he's probably gonna. I'm expecting him to do that, the Kefla shenanigans. But he actually ended up whiffing. I remember the situation. He played the Kale and he ended up not finding the yellow Khalifa to do his whole evolve and swing and kind of punch face. So it did give me a little bit of breathing room, which was really nice. So like I was saying, this turn, if I had a Gohan, I'd be able to play the Gohan here on 3, swing with my leader, combo Piccolo, draw 2, and that would be my turn. Especially because I still have 6 life. And I'm healthy, right? And that's what I'm saying. If you're trying to go for these type of combo plays, like in the Toa, right? My turn 4 play, you really do need to try to defend these earlier attacks from your opponents, especially the weak ones. So now I just do this Gohan. I guess I don't have the blue one, but I have this one for the removal, which isn't as bad, especially if he doesn't have any removal, which I don't really think they have too many removals for my Gohans anyways. So now I'm literally in the perfect situation where, well, unless he can remove this Gohan, next turn I can evolve. As you can see, I have it in my hand there, spit out a bunch of other Gohans, and kind of just go to town. And especially because I'm at 6 life, which I should have been trying to defend my life a little bit easier, especially knowing that he's aggro. But I am at 6, and I was obviously fortunate that he kind of whiffed and didn't get to do his full play. But that is how sometimes decks have failure rates, and that is just something that happens. Now again, you do see difference in people's play. Like when I play Zuhair, and who's he's a really good Cabba player and he practices a lot, versus the casual player who plays a deck like this. And Takumi's a good player, but it's not like he plays Cabba all the time or anything like that. So it's like I'm not expecting like these Zuhair godlike plays. But he can hold his own. He's a very good player. But as you can see now, I'm in a pretty good spot the way that I'm set up here. I have my Gohan on 3. I have 6 life still, right? And next turn I'll be able to pull off the play where I can evolve off the Gohan, spit out a bunch of Gohans, and that's the ideal situation when you want to be yourself in, right? You want to save your Awaken from on that 4, and sometimes it's hard, like they won't want that to happen, but you got to do whatever you can to kind of stay unawakened. So I defend the one that I can, because I know he's probably still going to attack. He still has some more attacks, right? And I don't know if how high he's going to combo up on some of them. So like I see, I was able to combo that one because I'm a simple 10k super combo, and because I'm at 5 life, I'm able to use these super combos, which is really good compared to obviously the ones where you can only super combo at 4 or less. But like I was saying, especially in the Toa matchups too that I was talking about, when you have a little mid-range game plan, you always need to defend, especially when they're aggroing you. Defend the ones you can efficiently and take the ones that are hard, right? See, I threw a super combo to defend that one, and now his Cabba swinging for about 30 single, and now these are the ones that you can take, right? Now imagine I took the Choppa Vados because whatever, 19, boom, now I'm at 4 life. Then he swings that, does the 30 play. Now I gotta at 4 life defend a 30k, right? And when you hit 4 life, you got to be really careful of what damage you take. But at 5 life, you know, you can kind of play around with that whether you take it or not, right? But in this situation, he swings and doesn't combo. I could have defended this, right? It's not like it's a big number, but because he only has one thing on board and he didn't do the combo evolve for the Kefla, which I thought he was going to do, it made me think, okay, well, he either doesn't have, his turn isn't progressing much further, because he must have just whiffed, or something like this is coming out. And the Kefla, I'm like, okay, this Kefla can't kill me unless he decides to, you know, try a bunch of combos. But again, I haven't awakened yet. I still have my awaken play. He swings for 24 here. I don't want to give him a situation where he can all in me on 1 life, so I defend this one because he doesn't combo. And then now, whether he decides what he wants to do, he can either give me another card or swing at my blocker, and he does the right thing, maybe the right thing by killing my blocker, just so I don't have access. Because if he swung at that life, I probably would have defended it, so I had access to that life, because I have cards to pick at my life. But right now, you guys, we're in the perfect situation. I get to play my 4-drop, my 5-drop on top of this Gohan, spit out a bunch of Gohans, and kind of laugh about it, right? But right now, you can't see my hand, but I only have 2. I have 2 burst attack Gohans and then the 5-drop. So I play my Bardock to kind of fish for a 3rd target to play, right? And in doing so, as you can see, it's swiping because I've been taking so much time thinking. But when you think too long, you make mistakes, you guys. When you start second guessing yourself or trying to think of the extra play and get greedy, you make mistakes. And for some reason, I combo this Gohan. And I don't realize it yet. You'll see me realize it later that the Gohan is off board and I can't evolve. Now, I do other plays that I did want to show you guys, which I really liked, right? So I decided, you know what, I combo this Drew 2. I'm going to, because he's going to tap my energy, right? This is another situation too. Attacking into him when he can tap my energy, and I wouldn't be able to do a turn 4 play. However, I have a bunch of Sensu Beans and Unyielding, so I'm not too worried about that. But being able to do this, right? Red, green, get that arrival, pay for it. Sensu Bean on top of red. I'm pretty much sure I have like 3 of them and an Unyielding, and then pay a red again to get the other arrival. So now I'm swinging for big numbers. I drew 2 off this front side of the leader, right? And then I'm able to, get these guys out, hit for big numbers. If he doesn't defend, then I can try to game him. But if he does defend, he's going to lose a bunch of cards, right? As you can see here, I use all my energy because I don't want him to pay that Kefla and tap me out. So I just kind of want him to throw a bunch of cards here, or take it. If he takes it, he takes it. But I'm hoping either way, it'll be beneficial for me. And so in this case, it looks like he decides to defend it, which is okay by me. I have 2 double strike 20Ks out there. And I haven't even awakened yet. I have a big hand, and like I said, a bunch of Unyielding Sensu Bean. And now the play I'm setting up, I'm like, okay, sweet, now I can awaken, swing again, Unyielding Sensu Bean. I know he's going to tap an energy eventually, but then I have another Sensu Bean, and then I'm going to Gohan evolve, spit out a bunch of Gohans, and everything's going to be fine and dandy. But again, I don't even like I'm playing right now like that Gohan's out there. I don't even realize I haven't played that Gohan, and it's really frustrating. um, but I take life with this Goku. I love this guy. He's actually amazing. You can take a life, and if you're at 3 or less, you get dual double, and he comes out for 2, especially when you're comboing. And in Gohan, we like to combo, right? So rivaling works with us, right? It kind of just is really synergistic in the sense that Gohan likes to combo because that's where we get our advantages. Why not build on that advantage by playing things like a rival, right? So that's why I really enjoy it. I really try to do something like with Hercule as well, because Hercule kind of lives off of comboing as well. But that one was a bit harder. I might kind of go back to it. I kind of only did a little bit, but for now, we're swinging like this. Now, see, he taps an energy, which I'm like, okay, that's fine because I have another unyielding. And I'm like, I doubt he has multiples to keep on tapping. And again, look, he's losing a bunch of hand. I still have 2 swings of double strike, and I have my Gohan. And I'm pretty sure I energy chomp with this turn, right? Now, I believe I didn't have that many reds in my hand anyways, outside of the burst attacks. Yeah, see? But if I had it, it would have made my life a lot easier. But look, see, so I do it, I untap, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to do it. I'm getting ready to play it. As you can see, the camera swipes because I came to the realization, or at least I'm pretty sure I've come to the realization that I don't have the Gohan. And I'm like, oh my god, I see we're talking about it right now. And I'm like, he was wondering why I comboed it off. And I was like, oh man, this would have been amazing. I even comboed my hand down a little bit just so I can get in that situation where I'm able to do that. Right? So then, because when I play the 2 Gohans, I need to be at 4 cards so I can swing, draw 2, swing, draw 2, and things like that. But of course, alas, I am not. I swing with this for double strike. I believe I combo that to go to 25. He's about to take it. And then he reconsiders. Yeah, I swung for 25 just to get them those awkward numbers. You never want to just do 20s, right? You always want to hit those odd numbers. So now he had to overcombo, right? He went, what, 15, 25, 35? And he only needed to hit 30. I swing with this, draw 2, right? And now if he has to combo those 2 cards to save himself, then fine. But again, I do the exact same thing. I hit those 25 numbers, those awkward numbers, because it didn't look like he had, because he had to over combo there. He doesn't have 5Ks, so I hit that 25K again. This time he has to take the crit, which is amazing. And as you can see, I had to just hard cast that Gohan, opposed to playing a freaking 5-drop triple striker and then dumping 2 Gohans on board. But you take what you can get. And the fact that I'm able to combo him, that's what the other great part of that too is I was able to swing with him, draw 2, right? Then swing for game, combo him off, and then draw 2, right? Because Gohan lets you combo guys in rest mode, and that's all she wrote for that matchup. So I was able to take game 2 going first, but now we're into game 3, and I'm going second, which actually isn't terrible for Gohan because you're able to draw on your first turn. You're able to, on your first turn, whereas going first, you don't get to do that. I'm able to play the Goku, swing combo to get my plus. So now, as you can see, I have about, 8, 9 cards maybe in hand. And as a Cabba player, he's down to, 5? Which is very powerful. And slowly you start building that advantage, right? And right now he's hurting himself for me, and that's why I want some situations where I can kill you on turn 3, especially if you're hurting yourself, especially if you're attacking me back, right? Now, not all matchups are the same, but Gohan, the more I play it, the more I start seeing a little potential, like more and more potential, to the fact that I'm more interested. I want to tinker with it some more. I want to have a 65 card deck, between my main and my side, where I can play completely aggro or completely control, mid-range, not control, but mid-range aggro in a sense, right? Like I said, like spewing out those Gohans. But there are situations where I need to play games with only 3 energy, and if I can do that, and kill you, then obviously I want to do that, right? But things like the 5-drop Gohan wouldn't really help me in those situations, right? So I need to be able to side those out and adapt. And again, we're not playing with sideboards in this. Sideboarding is a whole nother story when you're going to major events, right? If we were to sideboard here, it's like we would just have 15 cards to sideboard against each other. which I don't know. It would be interesting, but obviously you wouldn't show up for an event with that kind of sideboard just geared to that matchup. I always say make your sideboards based on what you expect your meta to be, like your local meta. My local meta is filled with like U6 Cabbas, so I like to have a little bit more defensive cards in my stuff, you know. But if you're against a bunch of slow controlling decks, you just need more aggro. You know, that's another thing you can do. But as you can see, first 2 turns, I'm able to play 2 Gokus, grab a card, swing, draw 2. You know, so I've like drawn 6 within those 2 turns, which is amazing. I play my free blocker and pass. I have an energy up here. I had a Piccolo in my hand, which I could have done, but my idea was, okay, maybe I'll play a Goku here, and if he does the whole Kefla evolve, because he has the, I'll be able to combo a rival, the Gogeta, and kill it. But he has different plans for me, so you know, I probably should have just played the Piccolo. You know, use all my energy, and then later have that Goku for a different turn if I only need to play a 1-drop, opposed to having to play a Piccolo for 2, because he plays the Khalifa to tap my energy anyways. So it's unfortunate, but as you can see, I'm still at 8 life, pretty healthy. He's at 4. I have a decent sized hand. He hasn't been able to push too hard on me yet, but he's set up for a pretty big kill turn. Not kill turn, but a pretty big turn here, which I think honestly is in my favor, because if he can't 8-0 me here, and he's at 4 life, he will have given me so many cards that on my kill turn, I should be able to, you know, on 3 be able to kill him. And if I maximized my kill potential on these turns, like playing things like 1-drop Cabba for a double strike, or played lower to the ground, opposed to having, you know, a bunch of 5-drop Gohans or late game plays in my hand, I'll be able to do this, right? So right now, I even though he has a bunch of stuff, I still feel pretty safe being at 8 life. Again, I combo defend against easy things. Which one's first one's 14, this one's 15, you know, because I respect that he can still get a bunch of stuff off, because he does. So again, I still stick with the whole mentality of defend what you can, and then take what will neg you a little too hard, right? 14's easy, 15 cost me 2 cards, so no thank you. I go for the block here because I want him to throw one of his Kefla swings, right? Because now he has to swing with this. It's already a 34, right? But then it's already a 34. But now because if he wants to get those the Chompavatos out, he has to combo so much, which he planned on doing, which he was trying to do on with his leader thing, but I blocked it, and he doesn't want to obviously overcommit on a block, right? And then for some reason he decided to even combo even more. I'm not sure exactly why he decided to do that, but he did, which obviously is again in my favor. So yeah, now he swings with the. See, this is a hard one too, right? Because he has a bunch of swings coming in, and now Chompavatos is a pretty weak swing, but it still costs me 2 cards, right? So then right now I'm trying to count how much damage he could potentially do, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's enough to kill me, because he only has 1 more attack over there. He has a double striker here, which I'm not too worried about. And he's tapped out. Can't really play much else. He can maybe do another evolve on the 2-drop Kale that's sitting out there, but I'm not too worried. My plan is just to kill him on the crackback. So he's swinging with the double striker. Now, yeah, I was debating, but I'm pretty sure I just take this. Go to 2. He swings. This is like his last swing, basically. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty sure there's no way you can get another double striker. And as you can see, he just gave me a bunch more cards. Again, he's not familiar with this matchup, whether he should or shouldn't have done that. He did have a sense of being in his hand, which I'm surprised he doesn't use. But as you can see, this is a situation, like I said, when you play a lot of U6 Cabba players, especially casual ones, the comboing in the deck is very hard. You know, you need to combo efficiently and smart. You know, where when I play Zoo here, I swear, Zoo is probably one of the best Cabba players I've played, and he has it down packed, where his hand size doesn't get too affected, and he's able to still apply a lot of pressure. But as you can see, Takumi's more of a casual Cabba player, and he's kind of fallen into the trap where, look at my hand right now. He gave me all of those cards there, and he's stuck at 4 cards because the way he was comboing wasn't efficient, right? And that is a common mistake that when I play a bunch of other U6 Cabba players, they do make those mistakes, right? So I know when playtesting or playing and practicing for an event, you know, you're never going to get the most optimal playtest sessions ever, you know, but you just have to, and you just have to assume your opponent's going to do everything that is correct. But when you start playing in big tournaments, you'll start to realize that a lot of your opponents do not do a lot of things not like correct, not like they're doing it correct in the right order or anything like that, but their sequencing is wrong. You know, like if I were to play this matchup 100 times with Zuhair and then play this 100 times with somebody else who wasn't really Cabba efficient, the game flow would be completely different, right? And that's something you definitely need to adjust for. So just because you can beat your friend a bunch of times with a specific deck doesn't mean you'll be able to beat all of the opponents using that same deck, right? Because people play it differently. And like I've stated before with Shad and Anthony, when they play their Broly U6 deck, they both have different ways of playing it. It's very strange to me because I haven't figured out which way they should be playing it, but they're both playing it so differently that it kind of throws me off. But that's another big thing you need to do. You just need to learn how to adjust and figure out how to adjust to either good gameplay or bad gameplay. Because sometimes when people play bad, it can throw you off and you just make mistakes because you're like, wait, you shouldn't be doing this. And then you start making mistakes because you start overthinking things. Like, wait, why did he do this? You know, like when I play Zoo here, he does this, so why did this guy do this? And then you start overthinking, and all of a sudden you start making all these mistakes, and then you get screwed, and you're like, oh my god, you know. And so that's another situation when you go into big tournaments. You know, no matter how much playtesting you get thrown for a bunch of curveballs. And as you can see, there wasn't much to show there because, like I said, he had 6 cards. I had like 15 in my hand. I was gonna win that one. I hope you guys learned something from this. I'm sorry about the quality and the angles. I will do better next time. I'm hoping to get a better setup coming up soon. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys on Friday for another gameplay, and then Sunday for Twitch. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.